morning. Hey,
Hi.
boss.
How's it going?
Good. Now you know how long it takes me to get over here. I sent you a picture of
Yeah,
my
that's
schedule.
so weird. It's on mine and it says I invited you, but
I knew I had a meeting with you and I saw there
it
was...
definitely, it doesn't, I don't know, does it say if you decline?
Oh, I'm sure I didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't decline things from my
That's
boss too
usually-
often.
That's, usually the only way to here. Huh, weird. Maybe I didn't invite you.
Do you mind if I ask how you got the scar on your cheek?
This one? It's
No,
not
this
a-
side.
Oh, it's not a scar, I don't think.
It looks like a scar. Like,
My mirror's snipping on my face. Oh yeah, no, that's not a scar.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just a-
that comes and goes.
That comes and goes?
Yeah.
because I went here from when I was like 4, and my brothers and sisters had me tied up with a jump rope, and they pulled me into the refrigerator.
Oh my God.
And then I have this one, which was a fight in hockey.
Oh boy.
We were-
usually it's sports.
We were breaking too many wooden hockey sticks in gym class, so they got us aluminum ones.
Oh God. That's not very smart.
So,
Most of mine are from biking. Like,
growing up in our fort.
lots of rocks in my skin.
So.
This one, I got this one, I got lots of them on my knees.
Oh, I got all
Yeah.
kinds of them.
I remember when my son was super little, and he was like 3 maybe, and I took him to the doctor's. He was like covered in like cuts and bruises
Oh, sure.
and stuff, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna call CPS on me. And he's a pediatrician. I was like, waiting in. I like cracked a joke about it, and she's like, oh no, she's like, especially.
It's a boy.
She's like, especially little boys. She's like, if I don't see cuts and bruises, then I know they have too much screen time and they're not like getting enough, exercise and stuff like that. So she's like, this is what I completely expect from this age group. Oh my God. Oh,
So, you want to talk about...
I just wanted to powwow about plans for the upcoming academic year and see what your long-term plans are.
I will continue to serve you as long as you want me to, have this position.
Okay.
First off, I have a lot of faults, but ingratitude isn't one of them. And I appreciate that you kept me on after the cat position.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And I try and will continue to try to work as hard as I can for you and David and the school to succeed.
I think you've been very great, and I agree. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and you have tons of strengths that are really great for the university. And so, it wasn't out of like pity or anything like that. It was because you have a lot to offer us, and so
I just hope I'm worth. I realize that I still have a pretty good salary and stuff. I just hope I'm pulling my weight.
Yeah, no, it's been great, but I think we need to make some strategy for the next academic year, and then just kind of, I don't know if you have a time that you want to roll off.
I don't want to set a limit on it. I do want to be home more.
Yeah.
If I could work from home, my wife would just be over the moon.
Yeah.
She actually likes me.
Yeah.
And so if that could be part of it, that's fine. But I do feel that, I can be of considerable value. As an example, Sean sent an email saying we had $74,000 left in our EPRI slice of the NYSERDA budget.
Yeah.
And so I texted somebody I knew at EPRI and asked them if they wanted to do a course for $74,000
Okay.
on power quality, which is something that has a lot of applicability. We don't teach it a whole lot. It's not touched on in typical electrical engineering curriculum.
Yeah.
We have all of these chip fab places that are constant,
Yeah.
absolutely. If the power is bad there, they lose millions in an class.
Yeah.
And also with our new relationship with IEEE in Rochester, we can offer it. I mean, EPRI already offers the continuing rated credits and all that stuff.
Right.
So we can provide a really strong.
I think there's a lot of potential. When is your PAF through? Do you know?
I haven't a clue.
Okay. We gotta find that out. Okay. So I think there's a ton of potential, and I like the NYSERDA project and the Edubon Lab and all that stuff. Like, never would have come about without you in this role.
Uh-huh.
Xingu's great in his own ways, but also he has weaknesses.
He's freakishly. Just an example. Just an example. He comes to my office and says I should basically send a text message to Lori about something. He leaves. I send the text message, and she says, "Ha ha ha! He already came here and asked." And I'm like, this was literally 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So he's yes, he's weird as hell, but he gets stuff done.
Yeah.
And he's really the only really enthusiastic person in that group.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say that Dr. Liu and Dr. Zahn have been uncharacteristically involved in the Edubon Lab.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I'm like, yeah, they're excited.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, no, it is.
So I'm really happy about that.
That's great. Sorry, I'm just brainstorming kind of on the spot here. And you're signed up to teach statistics again?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
For the fall.
Okay. And you had expressed some interest in doing that next level statistics course where folks would get
Lean Six Sigma.
Yeah.
I mean, I helped Amanda put the course together and stuff. So
should we try to launch that for spring?
We can.
Okay. I would love that because I think having more teaching helps to, it helps with justification for your role and the salary and everything. So if we could add that to spring, I think that would be awesome. And then what I'd love for you to do for me is figure out a sponsor to sponsor the students to take the certification.
Okay.
And I don't even know how much that is per student at this point.
The last go round, I believe it was free. We found.
Oh, really?
Amanda found a place that was free.
Oh,
but
well, that would be even better.
I will double and triple check with that.
If you could find a free place, that would make life a lot easier. And then, but if free is not available, if we could get some sponsorships from someone who values that, like some of our company partners, to say, we're going to have a class of 12. We'd love for them to not have to pay to take the exam and get the certification. Because really the goal at the end of the class would be, like, I would want the end of the class to just be studying and, like, taking that exam.
Yeah. Well, maybe Corning would be a good one because a lot of our grads get there and then they start taking PMP.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's see if free is still an option because that would be ideal. And if you want to start putting that together for spring, I think that'd be awesome.
Okay.
If you could meet with Matt Lake to figure out a time, which will be very challenging because everyone from every major will want to take it. And we should have your stats class as a pre-reg.
Yes.
So that you can build on it.
And I
think
I do a
built in.
yes, it's built into that.
Okay.
I just think I do a really good job of introducing it to the whole concept.
Do you have the original course proposal form and syllabus form?
Probably.
Okay. Let's dig those out because I don't know if it's been so long since it was offered that we have to go through the process again. So we might have to resubmit the course proposal form and syllabus, and you're probably going to want to update the syllabus a little bit. But I would love to offer that as a tech elective for spring. I think that would be great. The students would be really interested. What else is on the horizon, funding-wise, that we can leverage the new lab?
Well, for one thing, part of this EPRI training would allow us to do courses because they have simulations and they'll bring equipment and simulations and stuff.
Yeah.
And we could incorporate that into our lab. So that's one thing.
Well, we just got approved to do certificate programs and micro-credentialing and all that stuff. If you could do a little bit of digging around on the internet and see what people are doing in that space,
sure.
Where we would also be able to compete because we have that lab available. And then, I don't know, can people remotely access all of it? Or do you have to be physically present? It's okay if you don't have the answer.
I think for the most part they could. I mean, there's a lot of getting up, running over, and seeing what happened.
Yeah.
But they could certainly do the manipulation of the devices remotely.
Because I'd love to think through. I'd love to launch some sort of micro-credential certificate program plus a minor that would be here in whatever we want to call that. So we got to look
utility
at
operations.
Yeah, but it's like more than that. I feel like, right? I mean, see what other people are calling it.
Okay.
And
I'm asking. I'm trying to assemble a industrial board.
Yeah.
For the lab.
Great.
And that's one of the things I want to ask them.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, how do you want us to use this?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's great. And then I think I say we, but I haven't had anything to do with it yet. The AU Energy thing they want to try to do for October. That probably has legs.
What's the critical step is getting Trish and John. Yeah. Because they're the ones, headlining this event will be.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that would be really critical, and it's critical because we got to get moving.
Yeah. Okay. But I love that. And it's crazy that first AU Energy is when you came to speak, which is like what led you interviewing. When was that? How long ago was that?
6 years ago.
Time flies. Feels like yesterday, doesn't it?
But there's, as you might have noticed, we have a new administration. And like the Senate is dragging their heels on all the undersecretaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the expectation, I was just talking to Andy Coleman, who is the guy that does all of the, who heads the federal programs thing at EPRI. Of course, everybody at EPRI is flipping out because money's been turned off, pending new paper coming out.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's frustrating because it's going to be probably 6 to 9 months before we start seeing new proposals that reflect the current administration's priorities. But I think once that happens, we are well set because things like, a lot of our technologies are not the out of favor technologies. We have a lot of technologies that the administration would smile upon, and Andy is dying to work with us. So I sent this with Dave's permission. I sent an email to a bunch of people at EPRI saying, we have a problem. We have all this cost match.
Yeah.
And if we put everybody on a government project, we can't use up this cost match.
Yeah.
So we need somebody that builds a lot and has no cost match to partner with.
Right.
Which, of course, perfectly describes EPRI.
Yeah.
So I know that is bubbling around. I've already had one project come up where we're going to participate on a kind of advisory kind of thing. But I'm hoping that more of that's going to bubble up. The current little inside baseball. The guy, you met him, Arshad Mansour, he's the president of EPRI. Well, he's thinking about, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
So he's launching all of these large initiatives. And again, at EPRI, there's program money, and then there's self-directed funds. And a chunk of your yearly participation goes into a slush fund. So you've already agreed to pay this money, you just haven't allocated to a specific project. And typically, I would go out and get about $4 million a year in that flavor of money from utilities to fund my work. And Arshad, to build his reputation, has made all of those initiatives eligible for that funding. So instead of utilities coughing up extra money, like they did for the smart grid project, the $70 million smart grid project that I worked on, they can use that money. So that money is dried up. So everybody's flipping out because there's no money to get. So they're eager to work with anybody that can bring in X number of dollars. When I said we had $74,000, the guy almost jumped through the phone. Because there your participation at EPRI is dependent on your ability to bring in money. So I do see a pretty bright future with EPRI as we go through these changes, and Arshad becomes president at Google or whatever he's trying to do. Everybody says he's trying to get a job in Silicon Valley. So we'll see how that works.
Makes sense.
But we also have, I have Dr. Tidrow and Dr. Wang charged up about creating an energy generation lab in Sideland in room 107. Because I went down to, I had them go down to the STEP lab day before yesterday, and we talked about that equipment. That equipment there is chunks of sub-assemblies. When you put it together is solid oxide fuel cell testing apparatus.
We got to get it out of Sideland.
We got to
get it out of the STEP lab.
Well, get out of the STEP lab. There's also the stuff that's in the STEP lab that is also
Xingu's other junk.
The other. It's not junk. He's got one fuel cell sitting there generating.
I saw the one, but like the
But
other
anyway,
zone...
the idea is to bring it into 107 and create a nice lab there, similar to the Audubon lab. Where we are demonstrating.
What's in 107 right now?
It just got cleared out of all of the computers and the desks and stuff there.
That's right. Because we're moving all to 101. That's
Well,
actually a great idea.
Well, thank you.
As long as we can get stuff operating.
We can get stuff operating.
As much as we can move out of the STEP lab as possible would be ideal to move into that space.
Yes.
The only issue is it's hot as hell.
In the STEP lab or down there?
No, in Sideland.
Oh my God, yes.
Although all the computers were in there, so I don't know, like, would that equipment be equivalent to that many computers?
I don't think so.
Okay. So.
Because you're not going to have them all running all the time.
That's what I'm thinking. So
Today we're going to work on this.
Maybe it won't be as bad as all the computers running in there. That was definitely a nightmare. Is Xingu on board with this?
Yes, he is.
Oh my God. You're a miracle worker, John.
He's jazzed. Well, I touch a nerve in people. Sometimes it's a good nerve, sometimes it's a bad nerve.
Well, I love that. If we get that out of the STEP lab, then Jim Miles would be very happy with us. So if we could push that forward sooner than later, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Do we need to put in a work order for facilities to move it over there?
Yeah, but the good news is it's the private side, so we don't have to deal with state rigmarole.
Okay.
So I'll ask Xingu, he's an expert in that stuff.
Okay, yeah. I would put a work order in to have that stuff moved.
Okay.
And can you shoot Jim Miles a note and CC me?
Yeah.
And just say, this is all going to get moved out. We're working with this timeline. It'll definitely be out before the start of the semester. Is that possible?
Oh, the big stuff?
25th. Yeah.
I would imagine we can do that.
Okay. Like the stuff that's in like the middle of the front. The back zone stuff we can work on whether that makes sense to get out of there or not. But
that'll be my goal, is to get it out of there by the beginning of the semester.
Okay, awesome. If you could just shoot a note to Jim saying that would be awesome. Okay. So I'll find out about your PAF and we'll work on that. Meet with Matt to find a time for Lean Six Sigma for spring and get the course proposal form and syllabus. thinking a little bit more about funding to leverage that lab, what might be out there. Maybe, so we just re-upped our subscription to the foundation directory. So
okay.
Dave Gottfried has a login for it right now.
Oh, wonderful.
So, but we only just have one, like his login and password. So, but if you meet with him and say, hey, I want to search the foundation directory for a little while, he can log you in. And I would look for like grid and utility related foundations and see what's out there, and because that might be a really good place to, like, the foundations are just sitting on money that they're looking to give out. If there's a foundation associated with a utility company, well, I know there is. So RG&E belongs to Avangrid, which is Iberdrola, and Iberdrola has a foundation.
Yep.
So if you could get in there and find out who the contact is for the Iberdrola Foundation now, that would be great. Does Avangrid have their own foundation, or is it all Iberdrola?
I know RG&E still has their own foundation.
Find all of those foundations, and let's start
and there's
there.
Con Ed, and there's Hudson Valley.
Ideally, you could just have a one-pager that you send out to, like,
everybody,
a bunch of program managers at different agencies, a bunch of foundation directors, and just see who bites.
I worked with Carol this morning to do a little blurb, video blurb on the lab.
Okay.
And I don't think it sucked.
Okay.
So that's cool. The other thing that Xingwu said I should ask you about helping you with is the who certifies you?
ABET.
ABET.
Okay.
The ABET for electrical engineering.
Oh, yeah.
That I could help with that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Go to the meetings.
Although
and stuff.
Xingwu is needlessly freaked out about it. It's fine.
Xingwu is needlessly freaked out about every single thing on the planet.
That is true. Do I have an 11 o'clock? Hold on, let me just check.
So the only thing left is I'm trying to get our two new ceramic engineers interested in setting up a materials physical properties lab with all the instrons and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Jim, God rest his soul, he really didn't know a lot about that instron.
Yeah.
He knew how to do 3-point bend, 4-point bend.
Yeah.
And when he was showing me this, I'm like looking at all the other stuff it does, and I'm just like, holy crap, we should be using this thing.
We'd benefit from a technician in that area. I don't know if we're updating Jim's job description to, but we really need like multiple people. So, but yeah, I hear you on that. And then the other thing I think you're going to be key for is onboarding Prominic, because he is like an electroceramics guy, and I think he can finally be the bridge between the awesome stuff happening with StatSide ceramics and materials and what's going on with renewable and electrical, and to really be able to start to bridge that. And maybe some of his energy will bring Tidrow back in the fold, but I don't know. He's pretty disgruntled.
He is pretty disgruntled. Have you ever thought about just going over there and letting him bitch to you for half an hour or something?
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
Because all the things
that again.
All the things that happened to him happened prior to your arrival here.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've gone over all of the opportunities I see.
Yeah. So actually, if we could put a timeline on some of this. If you could work on like a 1 to 2 pager about the capabilities, and then like research concepts of like the Edibon lab and all the stuff and everything, just sort of like, we have these amazing capabilities, here's all of our things we want to do. We want to launch a micro credential, we want to launch a certificate, we want to launch a minor, we want to do workforce development, we want to do research on A, B, C, and D, like even just as like bullet points, as the thing that we're going to send out to like 25 different program managers and foundation directors. If we could have that, and I could take a look at it, we could even embed the video or whatever.
Sure.
And if I could give you some feedback and we could like push that out early September to a ton of people, and you start developing who that list of people is, that would be awesome. because I think just getting a little bit more soft money in to support your position would be really helpful.
I understand.
And also all those things would be great for our programs.
Okay.
So, that's everything I want.
Awesome. Thank you, boss.
Appreciate you.
Well, I'm glad I'm worthy of appreciation.
Absolutely.
Have a good day. You want this open?
Yeah, you can leave it open.
All right, we'll see you.
Thanks. Good one, John.
Yeah. Hey, could you let me know where my in no hurry, where my engineering staff classes are? Because 107 is empty. I'm not sure where 107 is signed up, sorry, is empty, and I'm not sure where it is. But I'd kind of like to not leave the building in the winter. If I could.